What's good, everybody? This is Chris. I'm on the road. I'm out in the mountains right now. And I'm out here not just buying for the distro company, but I'm also just doing research for the market itself. So even if I'm at a farm where I'm not going to purchase anything, I'm still checking out their flower, seeing what they're pricing, their inventory, their volume, their strains. And I'm taking note of this. And whether that be notation to just see what the market outside of that farm is like, or taking notes to know when I should utilize that farm in my network of farms for specific deals, certain buyers or brands that are looking for specific things that maybe this farm can provide. You want to approach these meetings with numerous different intentions and always approach it with bringing value to the situation one way or another. Well, a lot of times when I'm out at these farms, checking out on prices, checking out on inventory, I'm able to land a lot of my experience to the farmer. I'm able to tell them what I'm seeing on the sales front, or what I'm getting requests for on the market, and what we're seeing saturations of, stuff like that. So it's a two-way street. They need our info, we need their info, and we all kind of work together and make things happen. So that being said, I want to jump into the market analysis, and that's kind of where we're going right now. Is everyone's kind of, it's like we're in the dark with flashlights right now. We don't have a full picture of what's happening. Like I said in previous market analysis, we're coming into the biggest flood of cannabis I think we've all ever seen. There's so much overproduction on it right now just for the state of California that brands and consumers are really going to benefit from this because they're going to be able to get much better quality than they're used to for the same price as past years. So that being said, I just want to elaborate more on that. On the market, we're going to be in this situation for the next 12 to 24 months. And really, I think what's going to get us out of this is some sort of either federal legalization or interstate commerce between licensed states. And one of these things will help ease the abundance of supply in the California market right now. And these are just growing pains. It's an emerging market. The cannabis industry is supposed to more than double in the next 5 years. So we're going to have the demand there for it. It's just about getting these supply chains and logistics dialed in and figuring out when and how we're going to be able to supply other states with premium California cannabis, which they want anyway. And we've seen a lot of other states start cultivating out there in different areas, different regions, different climates, and running into multiple different issues that, California doesn't really have to deal with. There are extremely, extremely detailed, oriented reasons on why certain regions grow better cannabis than others. And then more so on that, indoor cannabis right now is what we're shown to be the best. But if you can integrate sun into that as well from the native region, you can really get a character on your cannabis that is unmatched by just strictly indoor. Really, the future is going to be coming to light assist greenhouses where the roots are clear, but it's grown like indoor. It's a controlled environment with lights and climate control. However, you're letting in the sun's rays to help the plant produce. As the market shifts into that type of model over the next couple of years, right now what we're seeing is a high demand for indoor, and we're seeing the old school type of light depths. And I call it old school because they're not light assist like what I just mentioned. They're light depths where it's an uncontrolled environment. It's basically outdoor with black tarps over it to cut out the sun earlier in the day. We're going to see a shift from light depths being more like the current outdoors. We're going to see outdoors become more like autoflowers. Everything's going to shift down a notch. And that's the other thing that's helping support this flood is all the autoflowers out there. A lot of people are growing like multiple tens, 20s, hundreds of acres of autoflower, and it's really watering down the cannabis market. And autoflower I'll do a different video on, but it's not true cannabis. It's a hybrid between other plants, and it's also a ruderalis, which is like a weed, and it's another plant from the cannabis family. Anyway, it allows the plants to just grow no matter what the season is, no matter what the light cycle is. You put the seeds in the ground, 3 months later you got cannabis coming out. So it's kind of like a GMO type cannabis in a sense. That watered down the whole market for the real cannabis. We'll call it organic cannabis, but it's not really organic cannabis. You can't call it that because it's not food. But anyway, it's that type of a comparison. The real cannabis is being washed out, watered down by the autoflowers right now. This all plays into the market analysis in terms of again, what I said, you got to be careful when you're buying stuff, when you're purchasing things with cash. Make sure that the price you're getting at is comfortable headroom to where if the market suddenly did drop even further, in the next week or 2 weeks or month, and you still have some of that product, are you going to be underwater on it? Is it worth you even buying? Is the profit potential upside for it big enough to counteract the potential risks that it carries? You want to look at these things and be smart. Be smart about how you use your capital and what you use it for, and know your buyers as well. Know what you're buying it for, and don't buy it just to buy it, or don't buy it because you feel obligated to, or because the cultivator's putting pressure on you. These are all ways to get stuck, and it does bad even for the cultivator, because if it's one of your regular suppliers and you talk them into taking something that they're not confident on, that's going to be a longer time that maybe their money's tied up, but they can't come back and get your next harvest, and you just mess up your whole rotation. Really, you don't want to put any surprises on anybody. You want everything to go as smooth and consistent as possible. And there's already tons of shit to deal with in this industry. We just want to make it go, every little thing that can go smoother just all helps. That's really my word of advice for the market is we're going to be getting deeper into this flood. So just prepare yourselves, be smart about what you do, be picky in the sense that ask yourself, do you have multiple outlets for this? If you were to get stuck with it from your first potential option to sell, what are your other options? And then from that, utilize that on your buying decisions. Anyway, thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to subscribe and follow and like. Thanks for following and supporting, and check out the rest of the videos. Thanks.